everyone, welcome back to our video series on how to start a business in South Africa. Last week we covered the core aspects of what entrepreneurship is, as well as the characteristics and creative principles needed to become a successful business owner in South Africa. If you missed it, simply follow the link in the description below to watch it now. Once again, our IMCSA Business Coach Brend joins me in studio today with some practical steps on how to find the right business ideas in South Africa. So let's get right into it. As we have learned from the free workshop and business coaching sessions, a unique business idea keeps a business ahead of its competition. But where do entrepreneurs start to find that unique idea, that unique business idea, Brend? Can you please tell us?
Sure. So basically, as I've discussed last week, you got to work with the right idea in terms of what am I deeply passionate about? What's my real interest? Why am I doing this? The second area is your technicality or your skill set. What am I really skilled in or technically good in? And then lastly, it's your economic engine. Is this a necessity or is this a luxury? You've got to ask those important questions. Once you have an answer for that, there's a spot in the middle that's your sweet spot, and that really is the right business idea for you. Now you've got to take that idea, you've got to ask yourself, what is my business strategy? So number one, my business strategy consists of a focus point. What's my value proposition? My value proposition is this that I'm selling a luxury or necessity? And what is the real focus behind this value proposition? Why will people buy? The second area of your business strategy is your unique selling proposition. What makes you unique in the market? And you got to start with that brand positioning map, where you figure out where are you versus the competitors on the map in terms of pricing and in terms of quality and product services that you offer. And then lastly, it's your competitive advantage. Keeping it really simple, you want to offer a package that you sell to your targeted market. And if you just use those core elements and principles, you'll have an idea that's going to work because you're selling a necessity, and you have a strategy that's backing up this idea to get it to the market and sell it to your target market.
What exactly is market research and where do I start?
That's a very good question, Zandi. There's a lot of entrepreneurs out there that skips this step totally. So there's a couple of tools you can use to start with market research. Ultimately, what you want to figure out is who is my target market, where is their attention at, and who's the competitors. That's your three key questions to market research. I like two very specific tools from Google, which is Google Keyword Search, which is the best market research tool in the world. You're not going to get anything better than that. The second tool that's also really good is Google Trends. Okay, this is free tools, you don't have to pay anything, it's at your discretion, you can go and use them today if you want to. You gotta understand, as you set up your own structure and strategy for your business, your competitors doing the same thing, and you gotta study what they are doing, understand what's their competitive packages that they offer, what makes them unique, where do they place on the brand positioning map, as well as what's their focus point and what's their value proposition. Right, so everything you do in terms of strategy for your business, compare it to the competitors. That's proper market research.
Wow, thanks for sharing those tools, Brend. And can you believe it's free? How awesome is that? You can get on it right now.
I'm starting now.
Love it.
That's awesome. Okay, so let's get practical. Say I want to start a spaza shop in my area. How do I do market research and competitor analysis? How would I do that?
So what I would do first is I would go to Google Trends and I would go to Google Keyword Search.
Okay.
And I would go and search spaza shop in the area that I want to do the research in, and I would see how many people are typing in the word spaza shop in my area, because that's going to give you an indication of what's the need out there in the market. You've got to understand what people are searching for. Then I would go and see if there's any other keyword ideas. So the nice thing about the Google Keyword Search is it's going to give you different ideas. So then other terms can come up something like millipap or something like milk or bread. and you're going to really see what people are looking for in your market, in your area. Once you identify what the search is, you know that's the need, and then you know I got to really cater for these things in my market to really draw attention. So that's where I would start with the market research. Then I would go to Google Maps, another free tool, and I would look at all the spaza shops in the area, let's say a radius of 5 kilometers. And I would go and visit them and see how they do things, what makes them different, what makes them unique. Then I would try to compete against that and be better than the competitors.
Wow, Brent, I love how practical your examples are and the fact that our entrepreneurs can take these tools and get started immediately. That's really great. So if you want to make sure that you have the right business idea in South Africa, do your research. Analyze your competitors to make sure that your idea is unique. So guys, in our next session, we discuss how to incorporate your unique idea into a vision for your company. For more practical steps on how to do market research and competitor analysis, sign up for our free online workshop today.